Good morning from Sweden. I hope you are well. Today it's the 1st of February 2026 and this is the I Ching reading, energy reading for today. So we are going to look at how the energies are around us today and how we best navigate them to ensure the most smooth and joyous day forward. Okay. So if you are benefiting from these readings, I invite you to like and subscribe. I would love to see you back again on a regular basis. And also, these readings are for reflection and they are not a premonition. And also, another invitation to you is to get your own book of I Ching, and then study the hexagram yourself, and then so learning more deeply and share what you are coming up with, what comes to you in the comments below. I would love to hear how you are seeing the hexagrams. So because I'm on a learning journey, not an expert in any way, shape or form, don't think I ever will be. Life is not long enough for that to become an expert in I Ching. Probably need lifetimes for that. Anyway, let's start the reading and start by bringing ourselves into the present moment, releasing all the energy, things that have been spinning around in our head, bills, somebody hurt us at some place, and all this, just releasing it back into the past where they belong, okay? Or paying bills, maybe you might want to bring back into the present as well, if you haven't done that yet. But not for now, okay? So let's breathe in through the nose and out through the nose into the stomach. And then we are emptying the lungs out completely. So releasing old air, old stagnant energy from the lungs. And then breathing in through the nose, filling the lungs. And into the stomach, feeling the stomach expand and contract with each breath. Feeling it all the way around the sides, the back. And now we're going to do 3 cleansing breaths to really release the energies of January. That was quite a adventurous and lots of things happening, cutting away the old, and it was quite dramatic at times. But we are releasing those energies and moving into this 1st of February, which is a month where we are starting to create a new life. Okay, so I've just done, yesterday I did a monthly reading for the month of February, sorry. And it was talking entirely about setting the seed of the future, of what we're creating for the future, and then bringing it into harvest. So this is the beginning. This is the first day of the beginning of our next cycle entirely. We're stepping into it now with initiating. Okay, so let's see what the energies are saying for today specifically. So 3 cleansing breaths first. So breathe in through the nose, filling the lungs all the way up, from the stomach all the way up. And breathing out through a pinhole, through the lips. Releasing January's energies, and then one more time, breathe in through the nose. And breathe out, releasing. Bringing you into the first day of February, and then one last time in through the nose. And out through a pinhole, through your lips. So let's start and see. Let's start with the inner gua, the lower part of this hexagram. So this is the main energies of today. of the main energy. So, heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. And we've got heaven, okay? So lots of heavenly energies, initiating energy. So heaven, Kyan means initiating. So it's the first hexagram of the first two trigrams of Kyan is the first hexagram of the I Ching, and this is the trigram, so it's Kyan. So let's check the outer gua. What are the energies like today, and how do we best navigate them to ensure the most smooth and joyous way forward? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. And we got earth, so heaven, earth above heaven, okay. Kun. So kun is the second, so we've got two, like two of the kun, that's the second hexagram in the I Ching. So we've got heaven and earth. So, but we've got earth above heaven. So earth is a sinking energy and heaven is a rising. So heaven is usually above earth, right? So they are now mixing together. And kun is the ultimate yin. We've got stability and strength below, and we've got receptiveness and change and movement above, action below, and withdrawal above. Okay, so let's have a look at the changing lines. I'm taking 2 coins. And let's see where we are exactly in this hexagram today and what is changing into. So let's do this. First 9, second 9, third 9, fourth 6, fifth 6. So this one is changing into a young line. So that's when we then got water over heaven, water accumulating over heaven. So we got kan, and kyan. And then let's have a look at what is the advanced gua, what's coming, what's hidden, what can we not entirely feel right now, but it's definitely there and have some effect. And we're moving into it, right? But maybe it's more further away. So 1, 2, 3. So we've got lake, Dewey, oops. Dewey. Over 1, 2, 3, over thunder over lake. So we've got a big thunderstorm over the lake. So that's D, and then and that's movement. So lake, we've been talking about that. You're having the, I think what we're being told here is that to remain still inside. We still need to cultivate our inner center, the center of a lake. If the center is talking about joy, it's actually is joyous. But we need, in order to have the complete joy, the joy needs to come from within. And in order to have joy from within, we need to have a solid center, being really centered and being peaceful and calm within, okay? So if the lake is calm within, then we just have a calm surface as well. And this is where the joy is rising and shining, because the surface becomes calm. But in this case, we've got thunder above the lake. So I think it's even more so important that we keep on cultivating our inner, our virtues, to make virtues which are like harmony and kindness and compassion and generosity and all these peace and love and all these kind of things, that goodness, right? To have this, but also strong boundaries. Strong boundaries are really important. It's okay to say, I don't want you in my life, right? It's perfectly fine. If somebody is the one who stirs up the trouble, right? If there's somebody that stirs up trouble and trying to get things in their way without actually any thought of anyone else, for example, then it's okay to say no. You don't even have to say it in words. You just do it energetically. With those kind of people who are troublemakers, it's best not to say anything at all, to be honest. As few words as possible, because it's not going to lead anywhere. So that's the underlying energies, okay? So they're still there, so we're not, and those are like residual energies from January, a little bit still bubbling a little bit underneath the surface, but we're definitely stepping into Chianti, creating a new life. So we're creating heaven and earth. So initiating our new creative wish, our souls, what we're aligned to. This is the heart. This is what our heart has been crying out for years, and we've not been able to step into for whatever reason. But now is the time, and this is the initial spark. And we need to ground it into earth. So let's have a look at these hexagrams and see what they actually are specifically. So we got Kun, earth over heaven, which is 11. Oh, what am I doing? Not H. Like that. And then we have the changing into Kan over heaven, which is 5. And then, so we're all in the upper canon of the I Ching so far. And then we've got a thunder over lake. Then over lake. Which is 54, which is the lower canon. So I do apologize about my writing, but I'm sitting so strange. Let's have a look at the 54 first, actually, because it's right at the back. So 54 is wood element, which is talking about growth. Okay, wood is growth and releasing resentment, anger, and frustrations from the past. Okay, so that's the underlying energy, really. But also taking whatever we're going through is something that we grow from. That we've got the potential to grow and to become a better person, to be more aligned with our soul's purpose. So although struggles are not all that fun, they are bringing lots of gifts. Okay. Marrying Maiden. So let's have a look at the main energy now, which is number 11. Advance, yes. Advance, okay. And this is the one after fulfillment, which we had yesterday. So we're moving into advance. Advance. Tai. And it's now let's see, that's advance. Earth element, so we have earth. So lots of nourishment and grounding. And then what is the kneading? Yeah, so talking about nourishment as well, actually. What I just said, kneading. So after childhood. So we set the seed and it starts sprouting, this seed. Or you get pregnant and you have a little baby in your stomach and it's being born, right? And then it's in its childhood, but it's very, very vulnerable here. So we need to look after it, make sure it's got food and nourishment. And this comes to the mind as well, the way we think, nourish our mind and spirit with good things, okay? As well as the body, so we're in a situation where we are starting to advance into the new, and these are the first sort of stumbling steps. So very often in the beginning of something new, we don't, or always in the beginning of something new, we don't know what's going to come, right? We're on a learning journey, so we're starting on a new path. But we need to start moving before we know everything, because if you sit around and just wait for being all knowledgeable, then nothing's ever going to happen. So in the beginning on a new journey, we know very little. So then we need to advance, but we need to advance carefully, and we need to make sure that we stop and nourish ourselves throughout this, okay? So we're like a little baby, small child taking the first stumbling steps here. But we are advancing, okay? But we need to make sure we are nourishing ourselves on our journey. So let's have a look more into advance, which is the main energy of today. Okay, Tai is one of the most auspicious words in the Chinese language. That's good. So we're really going to have a look at this image. This is something, is that a bird or is that like something spreading across the sky? This looks like two hands, and here is a river, crossing a river, so advancing. So there are some danger, like we don't really know where we're going, but we really need to start making that move, okay? Originally, it meant more than or most. It generally indicates a condition of being more than great. Tai also means peace, safety, security, good health, or it suggests progression, proceeding, advancing. Both Willem and Blofeld, there are two other translators of the I Ching, and they translate as peace. Okay. So let's have a look at the ideograph. The ideograph of Tai consists of two parts. The upper portion represents greatness. The ancient Chinese believed that heaven and earth were great and that human beings were also great. Thus, the ideograph looks like a person standing with arms and legs wide open. Okay, so that's a person standing with arms spreading across all of the creation. Oh, it almost looks like a hen, where the hen is protecting her little chickens underneath her wings and they're spreading love over her little chickens. Underneath there are two legs, there's an ideograph of water, sui. It looks exactly like the primary gua kan, or water, standing upright, okay, water, so that's water, so not necessarily a river. This ideograph presents the picture of running water, proceeding forward smoothly with great ease. This is the primary meaning of Tai in the I Ching. So it's running water, yeah. So it could be a river. They did not speak about that. Okay. After fulfilling one's duty with composure, sorry, I'll start again. After fulfilling one's duty with composure, one feels peaceful and safe. Thus, after fulfillment, advance follows. So in yesterday's reading, we had the 31st of January daily reading where we had fulfillment. And we were talking about our duty, right? And it's the duty that we have towards the universe and all sentient beings, okay? Our soul's purpose, what we are here for, to share with the world, to help benefit all sentient beings, okay? So we were talking about, how to cultivate ourselves also to make sure that the gift we bring forward now, when we're starting on this new journey, is that it's a gift of love and compassion, and it's actually bringing beautiful energies rather than we are serving something that comes out of our anger and frustration because of things that we've gone through in the past, okay? So this is, and now we're moving forward. We can move forward with this. And also the monthly reading is very much about the initiation. So the start of something new, okay? Very beautiful. Heaven is above and earth below. That is the natural phenomena we find in our daily life. However, in this gua, Qian descends to the lower gua, Kun, earth, ascends to the upper gua. So they go in the wrong direction. Not direction, but they're sort of meeting, okay? The situation seems inappropriate, yeah, because heaven should be above earth, right? Naturally, heaven stands above and moves downwards, and earth stands below and moves upward. Yet in Thai, heaven and earth are moving together in communion. In this way, they fulfill their duality, okay? So let's have a look at the decision. It's advance, the little is departing, the great is arriving, good fortune, prosperous and smooth. Okay, let's read on with the commentary on the decision. Advance, the little is departing, the great is arriving, good fortune, prosperous and smooth. Heaven and earth unite, all beings come into union, the upper and the lower link, their wills are the same. The inner is the yang, the outer is the yin. The inner is the strong, the outer is the gentle. The inner is the superior, the outer is the inferior. Thus the way of the superior is expanding, the way of the inferior is shrinking. Okay, so this is definitely talking about us stepping up in our life into a loving leader with the knowledge and the compassion and everything we cultivated and learned throughout these years of our life, and the things that we've gone through, and how we're now taking this and creating something that we can share to the world. Our knowledge and wisdom is what's we continue to create, okay? The great is arriving. It means that we are growing in greatness. And with greatness means compassion, love. Not that we are better than anyone else, right? No, far from. That's the little. Believing that we stand above others. Like, oh, I am so great. That's little. That's little. And that is departing. That's ego. It has no truth, right? What the great is the love and the compassion and humility and wanting to share peace with everyone, knowing that we are all the same and we're all on this planet and we have our own, all have different struggles. We come from different experiences. We have different veils that we cannot see through. But the essence of each and every one of us, all human beings and all animals and all living beings, all sentient beings, the essence is exactly the same. It's the consciousness, and that is absolutely pure. What we see, all the evil that's being done and all the negative emotion like anger and all lashing out and doing bad things, those are just obscurations. And this comes from our karma, and from actions that were taken before and situations we've been in that keeps on repeating, right? If you're noticing that you keep on going into the same type of relationship, you keep on doing the same thing over and over again and keep on getting the same rubbish result, right? That's karma playing over and over again until you open your eyes and going, oh, hang on. Why do I keep on doing this? You start to see the patterns, okay? And that's the little, this karmic cycle. We keep on doing the same thing. We're ending up in the same situation constantly, and which is harming us. And then in the extension will harm others as well if we don't stop this, okay? So the great is arriving is this, it's a greater understanding, it's greater love, it's a clearer view that is arriving, okay? And this, with this heaven and earth unite, we're becoming more and more at one with this universe. And everything is connected, heaven and earth, so we're becoming more united within, right? And it's speaking about the way of the superior is expanding. So we are expanding. We've got this great possibility and moment in time when we can expand our wisdom and our compassion and our love and understanding, and then shrink away all these negative patterns and behaviors and this suffering and all this, to leave that behind, shrink that. For every time we catch it, every time it rises to the surface and we see it, oh, I did that again, and then we catch it, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually it will all be gone, okay? So we are definitely on a road towards enlightenment here. When will it come? Well, maybe in many, many lifetimes. But that is the road we are on. And then on this road, we need to share what we're learning, all the goodness that we are learning. We need to share this generously with all sentient beings, okay? Commentary on the symbol. Heaven and earth are moving together, an image of advance. In correspondence with this, the ruler gives full play to his ability and wisdom. Okay, the ruler gives full play to his abilities and become the leader, the compassionate, loving leader. Okay, sharing your wisdom to complete the Tao of heaven and earth and assist the suitable arrangement to influence people. Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. And to influence people, it must come from a place of love. Okay, people get so many out there on the internet and it's spreading hatred and pointing at people. Oh, look at them over there, they're doing bad. And oh, immigrants, we don't like immigrants and they should go. And that's bad, right? Oh, women should not have any voting rights. Or these people over there, and that's hatred, right? Oppressing people is hatred. That's not something we want to give. We want to give love and compassion and understanding, even to these people who are spreading hate. Because we cannot fight hate with hate, but we can have strong boundaries. We need to follow the lead of the American people who are going out on the streets and they are banging drums and having rock concerts outside ISIS hotel to keep them awake, disturbing the peace. They're not violent, but they're setting up strong boundaries. They're going, no more. This is not the path of the American people, okay? No more. Enough of this hatred that is spread by Trump and his coonies. Are they called coonies? I don't know. People who follow him. Oh, the closest ones I'm talking about. Then there's a lot of people who follow him, but they are deluded. They cannot see. They're just all wrapped up in this man and his helpers, his close people, who might actually be the ones who are the puppeteers of Trump and everything. We don't want to be like them, but we have strong boundaries and speak up. So good on you. I'm here in Sweden, in my heart, sending energy and love to everyone who's out on the street protesting all the terrible things that are going on in the States under the Trump administration. And the same thing with Putin, and even here in Sweden. Right, we've got this, it hasn't gone that far yet, but we've got the same kind of people here in power. We've got called Sverigedemokraterna, same terrible, just pointing at people, and the same thing are going on here. So we don't want that. Nope. We want love and kindness and compassion. This is what we want to spread to the world. So let's have a look at the changing line, which is the 5th, 6th. King Yi married off his younger sister. This brought blessing, supreme good fortune. Okay, so this is some sort of union, I think, with some leader, quite possibly. This brought blessing and supreme good fortune. He is in the central position, being able to fulfill what he wishes. So could that be down there? I don't know, but let's have a look more in depth of the 5th, so read a little bit more. Fifth, six. The theme of this line is that King Yi of the Shang dynasty married off his younger sister to King Wen. Okay, yeah, so this is a union. So King Wen was a great compassionate leader, right? And he actually overthrew the tyrant of Shang. I am not sure if it was King Yi. This theme also appears in the Yao text of the fifth line in Marrying Maiden. All right, so that's the same. That's how they're linked together, which we got here, right? The underlying energy. Before King Wen's sons, King Wu overthrew the tyrant of Shang, King Wen had been a duke of the Shang dynasty. Okay, so there's some sort of union. The basis for King Yi married off his younger sister comes from the structure of this gua. This line is at the fifth place, a place for the king. It corresponds to the young element at the second place, a place for a supportive subordinate. The yin quality of this line suggests a generous king who is gentle, kind, and humble. The correct corresponding young element at the second place suggests a powerful and virtuous subordinate of the king. The upper mutual gua, Zen, thunder, represents an elder son. Yeah, so that's the mutual, speaking about the mutual gua here, okay? Zen, thunder represents an elder son. The lower mutual gua, Dui, lake, represents a youngest daughter. Because of the king's generosity and humbleness, he gives his youngest sister as a wife to his virtuous subordinate. From this act of the blessing of supreme goodwill will come. King Yi married off his younger sister, serves as a metaphor. The true message is that one should choose only able and virtuous people with whom to work. Okay, so look, so now when you are advancing, make sure you are surrounding yourself with people who are virtuous, right? Don't fall in line with angry, hateful people. Yesterday also was speaking about seeking advice from a wise person, somebody who knows more than you. So this is, and also all throughout January, we've had this message. It's still similar, although we are moving forward now. Before it was more of cutting away, right? Cutting away the old, but it's been like nourishment with needing, which to nourish ourselves on this journey at the same time as we are seeking out people who are who are good people, virtuous people. Surround us with that, because we want to have strong boundaries towards the negative people around us, okay? The negative energies around us. And this is on the global scale, but also everything that's happening outside happens within you. So even but in your close circle of friends or people, close circle of people, maybe work, people at work, or even in your family, they are like have been affected by these negative energies. Listening to all these hateful messages, okay, and starting to believe in them as well, and then are voicing them. So we have a lot of that within us, and then all this within our more closer circle, but obviously as on a great scale. So we need to seek out people with a great kind heart and great wisdom and surround ourselves with those, okay? So even great leaders have great influences. There is never a stop, right, to learn. Like we're talking about the beginner's mindset in Taoism is the beginner's mindset. So although you are a great master, you can still go down and watch. A student teach, for example, my Qigong master told me about when he went to the temple to train with his master, and how my Qigong master said that he was holding a class, and then his master came down and took his class, and how a great thing is, you know. So the master learning from the student, and this is the beginner's mindset. And then so even like we think that people who have not come as far on the journey have nothing to teach us, but they have lots to teach us. Right? We can learn lots from the more junior people in our life. Even our small children can teach us a lot. So we mustn't forget that. Although we must also go for the ones who've come, seek out the ones who've come further, but the theme is to seek out people who has got a kind heart and means well for all sentient beings, okay? And then number 5, just quickly, needing, being sincere and faithful, brilliantly prosperous and smooth, being steadfast and upright, good fortune, favorable to cross great rivers, okay? And this is, we are moving into something new. We don't know what's coming. This is all new, so we're learning as we move forward. But being sincere and faithful, okay? Being sincere, being sincerely you, and then learn from people around you. Take advice, right? And then for every step, and then consider every step as well. And then everything will be fine, okay? And although we are advancing, it's saying needing, require faith and confidence to wait, danger lies ahead. Okay, so being firm and strong, one does not allow oneself to be involved in danger. The conduct is right, one will not fall into strait. Needing, being sincere and faithful, there will be brilliant success. Being steadfast and upright, good fortune. So we're not rushing forward here in some sort of crazy yay, right? Without thinking, we are taking careful step. Carefully planned step. We are taking advice. We are looking and watching at the situation, taking in the information before we make the next move. We take little step forward and then looking back and seeing, okay, so what was the outcome of that action? And then from there, we decide the next step so that we are moving forward. And then also in this, when things are in their childhood, they should not be neglected without nourishing. So we need to nourish our body and mind with good food, good, wholesome, great food with lots of nutrients. And then also our minds with reading things that are expanding our mind, cultivating our mind in a good way that doesn't keep us stuck in some loop, in some pointless reels that are just... I'm not saying all reels, for example, are pointless. A lot of them have good information as well. But it's easy that we get stuck scrolling on Instagram, just watching things that just doesn't actually bring anything. It's just keeping us... I can't think of the word. keeping us stuck. It's just keeping us stuck, really. In the old. So Marrying Maiden, I think we have actually spoken about that when we looked at the 5th line. And it's about choosing the right partner, right? It needs to be the right person when we're marrying the maiden. And then here, just let's... and this is the underlying energies at the moment. It's not here really. It's just it's advancing into here. Through advancing and developing, surely one needs a home to return to. Thus, after developing gradually, Marrying Maiden follows. Okay, Marrying Maiden, moving forward, misfortune, nothing is favorable. Okay, so at the moment we're returning home to ourselves. And yesterday we had the household as well. I think it was the underlying, a few days ago, yesterday, it was the underlying energy, household. And then this is also about returning home. So we are returning and looking at the do, which is the Dui, which is the lake. We need to returning into the strong center. Okay. With every step that we take, we need to return to this strong center, making sure our center is strong, okay? Marrying Maiden exposes the relation between heaven and earth. If heaven and earth do not unite, all beings fail to flourish. Marrying Maiden represents the end and beginning of human relationships. Joy with movement. Marrying off a young maiden, moving forward, misfortune. Places are not correct, nothing is favorable. Yielding some mountain on the firms. And I think the commentary on this symbol here is very important. Thunder over lake, an image of Marrying Maiden. In correspondence with this, the superior person persists in everlasting relationship. Okay, so choose our friends wisely. and then create long relationships with them, like strong bonds with these people, okay? And avoids anything that would hurt the harmony. So yeah, and avoiding, there again, the negative energies, avoid the negative energies, strong boundaries. You don't have to say anything. You could just, through breathwork, create an energy field around you. And then you take this energy field with you as you go, right? And those are your boundaries. Then you're not actually taking in anything that is not good for you. But you need to remain receptive as well to the people that you want into your life. So you have to be very selective at this point, okay? To build the crew or the people you want to have around you as you're moving forward now, advancing into this new in your life, this new cycle in your life. Okay, so that was the reading of today. I hope it was of benefit, and I am wishing you a beautiful day forward. Okay, bye-bye.